Hello everyone. In this particular lecture, I am going to discuss what are the different algorithms available in contagious memory allocation. In the last lecture, we have understand what is contagious memory allocation. In this particular video, I will tell you what are the different algorithms available by with the help of them. According to our requirement, with the help of them, we can achieve more efficiency in order to place processes into the main memory. So this is your CPU suppose, and this is your main memory, and this is your hard disk. We have already know that the processes come from the hard disk to the main memory, and from this main memory there are some space, or there are some, you can understand as a blocks available in the main memory. These blocks, what we call these blocks, are available. So this algorithm which we are going to discuss is deciding the which process will get the which block and how the processes will allocate in these particular blocks. There are different algorithms. With the help of them, we can efficiently use this space. So let me focus on the algorithms. One by one I will discuss every one. Suppose there is a this is your main memory. It has been divided into the different partitions, and this is your, suppose this is occupied with 5 KB, and this is 2 KB. Suppose this is not 2 KB, it is 7 KB, and this is also occupied for some system purpose, and this is used by the 2 KB. This is your CPU, and this is your, suppose a process come. Suppose there are few processes. Suppose there are few processes. Suppose one more space. Make it one more space. This is also blank, and the size of it is 3 KB. Clear? This is the scene of a main memory. Suppose there are first type of a contagious memory algorithm is first fit. First fit. What is the meaning of a first fit? First fit says in the main memory, whenever you scan from the head of the memory, you start the scanning, and as you get the space, you will allocate that space if that is enough space for that particular process. Suppose a process comes with the size of 2 KB. Okay, this 2 KB can be accommodated in this place and this place, but what first bit says, it will scan this memory, and whenever it will find a space, suppose this is a space first bit have found, it will simply put that process inside this. Clear? So there is a total 7 KB space, and we used 2 KB for that particular process. Clear? And suppose after this there is one more process come with the 7 KB. Suppose not 7 KB. Suppose a process come with the 4 KB. Okay. Suppose a process come with the 4 KB. This will also follow the same algorithm, which is first fit. It will also scan. Again, it will scan this whole memory. That is why it is slower. When we discuss a disadvantage, it is one of the disadvantage of first bit, that it is slower because it scan all the memory. Okay. So suppose a 4 KB is coming. How much space we have? 5 KB remaining, because 2 KB is already used by some process 1. Suppose this is 1, this is 2. This is used by the 5 KB. In that case, that will also placed in this. there will be only 1 KB space left, and that is not, if there are no process available, that particular space, suppose there is a process with 1 KB, then there it is very good. But if there is no space, if there is no process to put in this particular block, then this 1 KB space is known as a internal fragmentation. I have already discussed this. So this is all about the first fit. Suppose a process come with the 2 KB. It cannot reside in this, it will reside in this 2 KB. So there will be also a 1 KB space left, and there is also left some space, 1 KB and 1 KB. This 2 KB will be wasted, and this is known as a external fragmentation. Because suppose a process come with 2 KB, can we use that? Because it is a contagious manner. We cannot use that. We cannot break the process. That is why this is first fit, and it is slower comparatively to other algorithms, and this is one of the simplest method of implementing contagious memory allocation. I hope this is here you have understand this concept. Let me discuss your second one. I am removing this also so that we can discuss more clearly. Clear? So this is your CPU. We are discussing next fit. Next fit. What we actually do in a next fit, it is not a new thing. It is a kind of an extension to the first fit. How it is? Let me define. This is your main memory, and this is your hard disk. Suppose don't go in that particular code section. This is your main memory. Okay. This space has been used by some space system processor, so we are not able to use that. That is clear. So we are focusing on this space. Clear? This is occupied by some process, whatever the process. Suppose the size of this 2 KB, and it is occupied. So this is free space, this is free space, this is free space. Its size is 4 KB, it is 2, and it is 1. Clear? So what next fit says? Next fit says we will also in the where the last pointer has, where we have last filled the process. Suppose a process come with the size of 2 KB. According to the first fit, where it will reside? In this block. So what next fit says? It says store this value or store this location. Actually, store this memory location, so that when a new process comes, suppose a process comes with 1 KB. Clear? So we are not going to access this. We are not going to scan this part. We will simply scan after the filled place. Clear? So we will simply put that 1 KB into this place. That is the all difference between next fit and first fit. They are more or less, they are similar to each other. That is why I am saying it is a extension to the first fit. But the concept behind this is that something which is scanned already, is there is a less probability of that it will going to fulfill the coming requirement. That is why we are ignoring the spaces which have already scanned we scanned previously. Clear? So we will discuss the next one. This is your CPU. Clear? And this is your main memory. Suppose there is a process come with 4 KB. A process is there with 4 KB, and this is 8 KB space available, and this is 3 KB and 2 KB. Clear? What algorithm we are using? We are using best fit. What we actually do in the best fit? Best fit says scan the complete memory. Don't scan the complete memory and don't go with the larger space, or choose the one which having the least internal fragmentation. Clear? In other words, you can understand ऐसे आपको ऐसी जगह ढूंढनी है जिसमें कम से कम इंटरनल फ्रेगमेंटेशन हो. कम से कम इंटरनल फ्रेगमेंटेशन मीन्स सपोज a process come with the size of 1 KB. Here, a process come with the size of 1 KB. That 1 KB can be accommodated in this also, and in this also. But according to the best fit, we will use this space because there is a least internal fragmentation. There is a least wastage of a space. That is why best fit seems to be very good, but there is an issue with it. First, it will scan the memory. That is why it is slower. Second thing is that there is a suppose this is your there is a 1 KB space left. Suppose a process comes with 7 KB. There is also 1 KB space left. There is also suppose a 2 KB process, one more process comes with, suppose a process comes with 2 KB. Then there is also 1 KB space open. This is known as the external fragmentation, but it will lead to, this kind of algorithm will lead to a tiny holes which are not at all useful. Clear? So that is, it seems to be good, but there are some downside of this algorithm also. That's clear? Yes. Let me come to the next. We are implementing worst fit. Clear? In the worst fit, this is your CPU as usual, this is your main memory as usual, and this is its partition. Suppose this is 2 KB, this is 4 KB, this is 10 KB, and this is 1. I am just putting the random value. Memory is according to the appropriate spaces. Okay. So this is your main memory. Clear? Suppose a process comes with the size of 5. Sorry, not 5. Let come with the size of 3. Where it will, according to the first fit, it should reside in this block. Clear? According to the next fit, it is dependent upon the first fit actually. It will reside in this block. According to the next fit, because this is filled. Suppose this is filled. Suppose this is filled, then this process will reside in this block, 4 KB block. Because it will not going to accommodate in this 2 KB. That is clear. So first fit, next fit, and best fit. In the case of best fit, what do you think? I think that is the most appropriate place for this 3 KB process. Clear? But in the case of worst case, we try to place the processor in a block which is much larger, which is the largest into the available spaces. So we will simply put that process into this block. Yes, there is a wastage of loss because it seems to be good. It seems to be vast, but some cases, in case of dynamic or a variable memory allocation, this is one of the best algorithm available. Why? Suppose a process comes with 3 KB. So how much space will be left? 7 KB. It is a very large amount. This space is quite good space. We can accommodate more processes in this, maybe 1 or 2. That is why worst case is not that much worse. So this is all about the different algorithms available for contiguous memory allocation. So let me brief all the algorithms. First we have discussed first irony fi first fit clear. Second we discussed next fit next fit. Third we discussed best fit. And at the last we discussed worst list. I think that is all clear to you, and which algorithm we use, which strategies. That is all clear about the contiguous memory allocation algorithms. I hope you have understand this concept. Keep watching, keep learning. Thank you.